about changing locations and shit. Man, get into this motherfucking bag. Stand on the way I made. Sacrificing time for this shit. Man, I got a plan. Tried to tell niggas years ago. They ain't understand. Riding by myself in this coupe. I'm all in my head. Everything in life you can't replace. I build relationships. Pretty little smile make a nigga wanna lock it in. We met the same time I lost a friend. We should try again. You been on my mind. You should hop in. I ain't gon' hurt you, baby girl. You know we locked in. Used to be on FaceTime calls on the regular. Never made time, landed on my busy schedule. Now every time I hit the bay, you know I think of you. Working on your brand, love, you know that I.
Yeah, it's goddess. And I'm a day one type of girl. Ain't nothing wishy-washy over here. I don't jump around, stick to one side. Yeah, the silver, the blue, we got them in their feelings. That star on the field, come pay the D a visit. They say it's hatred, is it? I call it hate and simping. Cause if we wasn't that hating, they wouldn't be in our business. Listen, West Coast say the water tastes better. The fan base go harder, and all the ladies get wetter. Yeah, that's how it is when you straight reppin' for Dallas. We get it in the trap, and landlord tell us what's happening. No explanations in no shape, form, or fashion. When Henny drop the stats, ain't nothing else to be asking. Them numbers don't lie, that's why your argument dry. And we still got them rings, you got your eyes on our prize. Whether an eagle, a giant, or a commando, you in the parking lot crying, we in the Lambo, we stay in our bag, we run it up in the draft. You still talking about the 90s, so who's stuck in the past? Get off me, and I'ma need you 6 feet back. And we ain't hearing nothing till your team beat that. And we ain't scared of running, what you thought we bleed that? It's only one team over here, that's Cowboys, believe that. Yeah, this you got is a poet. Big up West Coast Cowboy, HTM Sports, and Landlord from Alabama. Y'all check them boys out. Now don't play around with the Cowboys content. Yeah, and you know it's DC. Yeah, DC4L.
31 teams in the NFL. His system is designed to stop 25 teams.
Shit, I need a linebacker that's over 200 pounds. I need a defensive tackle that you got to pull away from the buffet. He's gone, so no.
Let's talk about that.
But yeah, that's a large part. That's a large part of your
I gotta
team.
make this point because I ain't gonna lie, I forgot about it until you mentioned it. So I gotta get this out before it flees me, and the nation needs to hear this.
And we are live. What's good with y'all, man? It's your boy, Henny DeMoore, reporting live from the liquor store, man. How's everybody doing today? And listen, there were some rumblings. Jerry Jones got to talking recently, man. And he is claiming that Quinnen Williams was always, his preferred target in the Micah Parsons trade. And I'm actually here to tell y'all, while Jerry Jones is known for capping, he's a known liar, he's known to exaggerate, he's hyperbolic. He ain't did none of that this time around, man. Jerry Jones was not lying this time around when he said that he was going after Quinnen Williams from the get-go. And I brought receipts. Now, first I'm going to play you what he said and why this is a talking point and why I'm bringing it up. Right, so this is what Jerry Jones, said today, in regards to, hey, I was always in on Quinnen Williams. Right, so this is going to be the clip right here. I'm finna play for you.
I actually tried to trade, for Williams. I tried to get the Jets in training camp, period. And I was going to I wanted a 1 and Parsons for Williams. A 1 and Parsons for Williams. I thought that much of Williams. And he's showing you what he can do for a defense. And so, you'd love to have Micah and love to have several players around, but that's not the game. That's not the system. The NFL system is built so that everybody has a chance to put equal players out there.
Jerry, what changed then? Because we played that audio because we got that audio later that came out of you talking to the I think it was somebody in New York when you talked about that. Was it just the Jets basically starting out horribly that changed their mind as far as why they didn't want to do that deal with you to start the season versus why they made that deal at the deadline?
Yeah, and plus they didn't have the cap room to pay Micah.
Ah, okay, fair enough.
Well, Jerry,
And there you have it. So Jerry Jones claims, back in training camp, around the time that we were trying to go out there and move Michael Parsons, we reached out to the Jets to try and get him traded there, right? Now, I also believe that he misspoke, right? Because I don't believe that he offered, them Michael Parsons and a first. But what I do believe happened is that he offered them Michael Parsons for Quinnen Williams and a first. And that falls more in line to what we've heard and what's been said, around the league in regards to the negotiations and Michael Parsons being traded. So I think that he had a misquote. Jerry is almost 90 years old. And, I think he did misspeak right there or misspoke. But I believe that he did reach out and say, hey, I want Quinnen Williams. We'll give you Michael Parsons. Just send Quinnen and a first over here. And the reason I believe that's to be the case is back right after the initial Michael Parsons trade was done in September, Jerry Jones went on a radio show and he confirmed then, that not only did the Eagles call about Michael Parsons, but he also reached out to the New York Jets and inquired about getting Quinnen Williams. Right, so this is the clip where he confirms that, and this is from September. So before Quinnen Williams was ever even on the team, Jerry Jones confirmed that he was reaching out trying to get Quinnen Williams to Dallas, and this is the clip. It's about 2 minutes or so.
And I read that the Eagles called you, and I would imagine that just made you laugh a little bit, that you would trade him within the division. But I guess people here in New York would like to know whether you ever heard from the Giants or Jets about Micah.
Well, there was a communication. I'm not going to go in deep enough with one of those teams. And as it would turn out, I initiated that with one of the teams, and you can guess that it was not with the Giants. You can imagine.
And what kind of reaction did you get from the Jets?
Well, just one that was frankly didn't have the resources to entertain conversation. It was a very good brief visit.
Okay, so I would imagine that somewhere in that conversation you might have asked for Quinnen Williams, since you were really looking to help your run defense, and maybe a one, maybe 2 ones in Quinnen Williams. Quinnen Williams is a better player, in my opinion, than Kenny Clark, but am I going down the right path there?
Yes, you are. A prerequisite to the entire trade was that we had to have right now a really, frankly, significant, dominant inside defensive player, which was our goal to address the run more than we'd been addressing it the previous 4 years that we've at that time had Micah. But we wanted to really bolster up there. We had tried to do it with Mozzie Smith when we drafted him 2 years earlier. Mm-hmm. But that was a prerequisite, and you didn't get in the mentality of my trading if you didn't have that coming through the door.
So it was just the one conversation with the Jets, and they weren't willing to meet your price, and
Correct.
That was the end of it? Okay.
Correct.
So, all right.
So
listen, Jerry Jones said that back then. And to his price, right, because he talked about what the prerequisite was to get a deal done with Jerry at the time. The prerequisite was a premier defensive tackle and a first-round pick. So that's why I believe Jerry Jones misspoke, in the quote saying that he was going to give up Michael Parsons in the first. I believe that Jerry Jones wanted, Quinnen Williams and a first from the Jets, and they just didn't want to do it at the time because they were still trying to compete. And they also, at that moment in time, had just gave, Sauce Gardner a massive contract. So at the time, they did not have the resources to trade for Michael Parsons and then turn around and extend him. But I do believe that the asking price was Quinnen Williams, and a first round pick for Micah, and then not the other way around. I believe he just misspoke because in a similar situation, when you look at the negotiations he had with the Carolina Panthers, because he wanted Derek Brown in a first round pick for Micah Parsons, and they were just not willing to part with Derek Brown. So all of that lines up to what Jerry Jones was trying to do earlier in the season, early in the offseason in moving Micah Parsons. He needed to get a premier defensive tackle, a first-round pick, and the team that he was trading with, needed to have cap space to extend Micah Parsons. So it ended up being the Packers who had it. The Packers had Kenny Clark. They had the additional first-round pick, and the future first-round pick, and they also had the cap space to get the deal done. So I do believe that Jerry Jones initially wanted Quinnen Williams, and the Jets was just not trying to play ball at the time. So I just wanted to bring that to you, bring you some of the receipts, present it to y'all real quick. And, get on about my day, because I'm finna get ready to watch some football my damn self. But it's your boy, Henny the Moore, reporting live from the liquor store, man. And I'm out.